So, what kind of asshole would I be if I did this huge walk around and didn't talk about the exhaust and didn't talk about how it sounds? A little bit of exhaust sound, exhaust stop. The bike gets warm. So there you go, exhaust. Well, there she is. The 2016 48. This is going to be part 2 of the review. Try and talk a little bit about the things that you can't see when I'm actually riding the bike. So, sorry for the shakiness of the camera. I didn't bring a tripod because I'm on a motorcycle. I guess I'll start front to back here. Nothing really super special. You got your standard headlight. They do have the bigger 49mm forks, I think they are. Big fat front tire. You got your standard little fender, whatever. It's actually really small. I'm sure it doesn't do much, but it looks good, I guess. Harley Davidson's Michelin Scorcher. What's the size is 130, 90, 16. The rims actually look pretty good in my opinion. I like them better than wire wheels. But that's just an opinion, so whatever. See what else. Those stupid little signal lights will probably be coming off soon. You can see how the mirrors are. Right there. That's my little Superman sticker, obviously, that I put that on there. You know, basic motorcycle shit. One thing that I think I forgot to mention is this little knob right here. It's almost like a cruise control, but I think that it's kind of unsafe to actually use it, so whatever. So there goes the big V-twin. Pretty good looking engine, in my opinion, and probably most people's opinions. V-twins just have a very signature look. You got this big round airbox. I already think I said I kind of like this one better than the 15, just because it's round and it's not quite as in the way as the big oval one was. You can see your push rod covers there. Just kind of looks cool. You got the wrinkle black paint on the majority of the motor, and then you have this stupid ugly aluminum shit at the top. This, I wish that was the same color as this. Maybe one day I'll find somewhere to powder coat it or do something to make it the same color, because I really don't like that. I'd rather that be black than that stupid aluminum. You can see the tank there. That's the 2016 tank design with this big badge. Used to not be on there, and then the little 48. It used to just kind of say 48 on the previous years, but you know, I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Your exhaust, there they are. I kind of like the way they look, but you know, they're going to be changed just for the sound. I like the heat shields, the little cutouts. But I'll probably just wind up going with some all black short shots by Vance and Hines. You should be able to see just how tiny that little tank is. And that's probably the biggest problem with the bike, is just fuel capacity. But other than that, it's great. There you can see the seat. You know, it's not the most comfy, but you gotta, you know, it's got a good little bit of comfort in it. As long as you're not riding, you know, terribly, like really long distances, you should be good with that seat. And this little thing, this little cap, the way it pops up like that, Superman sticker, is aftermarket, in case you were wondering. This gives you an instant about 25 horsepower. And you're bulletproof, so. But this little cap tends to, I think my leg hits it and it pops up, but it's not that big a deal because you still have to unscrew it after it's popped up. But it's kind of neat that it just, you know, it goes away. Forward controls. Normally your controls will be mounted like right here somewhere. Forward controls are way up there. Put your feet out in front of you. If you're not used to it, it's gonna feel a little bit weird, but you know, no big deal. There you can see my little ammo box with the Harley sticker. I did this, obviously. I'm gonna put a lock on it eventually, but you can see I just got a little, you know, I just have a little bit of storage room in here. I got an extra zip tie, some earplugs, my paperwork, you know, a lock for my helmet if I have to leave my helmet on my bike, shit like that. It's just nice to have a little compartment, and it should be waterproof, you know, for most purposes. Since we're up here trying to turn it on, I'm going to talk for a second about the, I don't know if it's the key or if it's the actual starter and the lock, but this lock seems okay. This is the steering lock, so if you lock that, then you can't turn the wheel to the right any more than it is. And then it's like the key, it gets stuck going in and pulling it out in here, and it's just like, it feels like really trashy when you have to kind of like wiggle your key to put it in and out. It just feels like they could have did a little bit better job than that, you know. But it's not the biggest of deals, and it works, you know, it works just fine. It's just, I think that could be a little bit better quality. I don't know if it's the key or the starter, but one of them is a pain in the asshole. So I'll show you what I did to the back end here. Keep in mind that this is not stock, obviously. But I got this little light, this light here, off of Amazon, and it just kind of sticks in there and you wire it up. The wiring is very easy. And then I had these little LED strips on here. One of them is a brake light. Yeah, this top one is a brake light and this one is a running light. I did remove the signal lights. So as of right now, I have a brake light, a running light, and no turn signals. But you know, I can use hand signals, and turn signals is not that big of an issue because whenever I turn on my turn signals, it flashes like that anyway, so it kind of catches people's eyes. They might not know exactly where the fuck I'm going, but at least they'll be looking at me, hopefully, if that shit just starts flashing. Again, you have the scorcher in the back. You can't really see the back rim, so whatever, I don't know. But here's the suspension. They made it adjustable for 2016. The problem is just there's still only a very small amount of travel, and you're probably just gonna bottom out sometimes. So you know, that falls in line with the fact that this bike looks great. It's not the greatest as far as comfort, but it's still, you know, at least a couple of steps above the average sport bike, in my opinion, as far as for comfort. Another thing that I did is right here, this little bracket for my license plate, which is bolted up with these bolts. I just made that out of 2 pieces of aluminum angle iron, and bolted it right here and right there. Bolted the two together at the bottom, make like a little triangle. And then I put my license plate going, you know, vertical. Very simple thing to do. Because I took off that big huge license plate thing on this side, so you know, just kind of made it my own, I guess. Talk for a second about the gauges and stuff up here. Let me kill this. So you've seen my flashers. You have your left, right, whatever, your bright, And then whenever you're cycling through, come on, you bastard. Okay, so right now you have the odometer is the normal thing. So my bike has 625 miles on it as of now. It had 0 when I got it, so 14.7. That's how much I've put in trip A since I fueled up. 624.6, that's just trip B, I don't mess with that. You have a clock, then you have your gear and tack indicator. Not that big a deal. It's all very easy to change. You just hit this top button right here, and then you hold it if you actually want to change something or reset something. So not that big a deal. You can see where the speedometer is. You know how it's kind of low down. I kind of like that. I think it looks good. So all in all, it needs a little bit of work to make it what I would consider perfect, but it's close whenever you first get it. You know, it looks great, rides okay. It's relatively light for a cruiser anyway. It could use a little more fuel capacity. Even though that tank looks cool as hell, I think you could get a little bit bigger and it would still look almost just as cool as the little peanut tank. If you just had maybe a 3-gallon peanut tank. You know, so get rid of the signal lights, change the seat out, you know, stuff like that, and it's pretty much a perfect, you know, my perfect bike. So it's almost there. Be sure and like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated every time I change something. Let you guys know what I'm doing, and keep in tune for like how-tos and shit, because that's kind of what I like to do. So just a small update. Thanks for watching.